Well, we're going to be going live any second. I think we're live now, Curtis. How's it going?
Good. I see the button live. So here we
That's
are.
right.
Awesome.
That's right.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday indeed. It's cold down here. It was 0 degrees. I just drove back to my place from my girlfriend's house, and it was very cold this morning.
Yeah, we're at -10 Celsius here. So
yeah, brisk.
Yep.
Brisk. It's like you go out and you take a step on the snow and it squeaks.
Crunch.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cool. Cool, man. Well, it's been a week. What are you stoked about today? What are you happiest about?
What I'm happy about is actually I made a side hustle thing happen yesterday. One of my neighbors' mom was moving and they offered me some money to help. So I said, I'll take it. So I helped some 95-year-old lady move into old age home, a retirement home. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And some old lady was trying to hit on me. So it's like,
that's funny.
It was, I just made her day, I guess. It was being friendly, right? So it was pretty funny.
Totally. That's cool. That's cool.
What's your positive focus, Tellman?
I had such a good conversation last night with ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
I was driving and I asked ChatGPT to write me a sales letter, and then I got like really critical of it. Because I was pissed because it kind of sucked, and I just unloaded. I just told it I spent like an hour talking to ChatGPT and having it fix all the stuff that wasn't good, and I was just like, I was by myself. I was in the car, and I was relentless in my criticism and my critique, and it was awesome. What came out was just incredible. So it was cool because you can be. I don't think it's healthy to be a jerk, period, to have like that kind of negative, angry emotion, but you can be so critical of ChatGPT with no emotional backlash.
Yep.
Like nobody getting their without like people getting their feelings hurt. So you can really ask for what you want in an unrestrained way without really worrying about offending anyone or upsetting anyone or like scrap that's garbage, redo it. Like you can it's not a big deal. I actually, for some reason, as I said that, I think of Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson. You know, I don't know if you've watched all the Spider-Man movies or read many of the Spider-Man comics, but like he's such a jerk. It's like, he's like so critical of all the journalists who are writing articles for the newspaper, and he's you basically really ask for what you want in a completely unrestrained way. ChatGPT is like AI right now. I don't think people realize it's like having a magic lamp with you in your pocket all day, every day. You can just ask for whatever you want, but you better be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get exactly what you want in many cases. It's just like the better you get at asking for exactly what you want, the more you get exactly what you want, which is pretty cool, because it's it's true in life too, you know.
For sure, ChatGPT is pretty good that way. Yeah,
it's true. So, dude. So last week, we were talking about making progress and doing the work, but doing something important. Right, doing something that you really like, that means something, that is engaging, that's valuable. And we talked about the idea of doing a survival or prepper or camping type list and business where you could do affiliate marketing by selling both information products and physical products through affiliate programs, while creating hopefully really great content. And you said you love camping and putting together survival kits and this kind of stuff. So that seemed like a natural thing. And so I'm just curious how that conversation sat with you, and if you what has come up in your mind over the last week? What kind of progress you made or didn't make on it? Like, where are you at since our chat last week about that stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So last week I went through my actual finished thing, and I looked a bunch of different Facebook groups and joined them. I forgot there's actually a thing called bushcraft. Like, oh, hey, being out in the bush. I was watching people how to cook
I've
on a
heard the
rock.
term bushcraft.
Yep. People cooking on rocks. Most of them were pretty good. They're over 1,000. Most of the ones I found. There's a few like a couple hundred people. I was like, oh, that's probably not that great. But I just picked ones over 1,000. But nothing was over like 100,000 or something. It's nothing like great, that big wise. But then I went on to Digistore 24 and what's the other one?
ClickBank.
ClickBank, right? ClickBank. I realized actually my account got closed because I've been such a long time since I was doing it. It was a few years ago. I was playing around with that, but now I was trying to do other affiliate programs. So then I re-signed in. I redid that everything. Got back in there and realized there's like hardly anything left in there for the survival thing. There's a couple books and that was it. They had another one that was a website, which I said, oh, hey, I'll check out a couple more websites. So I checked some of those. And most of the websites I looked at, like say for Sale, which we have one here, or Bass Pro, they all have actual affiliate things that are built in. So I applied to a couple of them, and then I just sort of left it to the side because it was other things come up during the week because I'm trying to keep up on my school ranking. So that's a little bit of time out of my day.
Cool.
But it did bring back some memories from when I was a kid and how much I enjoyed doing camping, and doing stuff that, like, building fires or cooking outdoors. So the most fun thing I found was some guy cooking on a rock. It was quite interesting. He showed you how everything he did, watch the rock, but he sped everything up. So it's not like, oh, this is like an hour long thing. It was like a 20-minute thing. It was cool. So I had fun doing that. And then I think some people messaged me about stuff, but it was trying to sell me something. It wasn't actually saying, hey, want to get to know you. I was like, oh, hey, we have this, buy this. I was like, not in the first date,
Right. Cool. So yeah, that term bushcraft is interesting. I guess I've never interacted with that market or niche in that way, but I have heard the term. It seems like the kind of thing that you would start a YouTube channel around.
Yeah, there's a few YouTubers that do that.
I'm sure there's a ton, actually. There's probably a crap load.
Well, I only looked at a couple anyway.
Okay, great. So, so you're exploring that. So what's your next step?
Just trying to interact with the actual channels. But you brought up the YouTube thing, and I really didn't like to explore that much because most of those guys will have affiliate links, and maybe I can find out where they got the affiliate link from, and maybe
just figure it out. Click through, find out what's going on, and then like go and search the site, and just do affiliate program for such and such a company, or for such and such a product or whatever.
Yeah. And then I found out last week on one of my school groups for my affiliate marketing, I'm on 200 clicks on the Friday.
Cool.
One of the top 3 people. So Buddy was giving out 1,000 clicks that are divided up between the top 3 people. I think I had 200 clicks. I checked on Saturday. I had, I think, 10 people on my team, and then I think I had like 150 clicks. So the percentage is okay. I don't know. I didn't really calculate it clearly, but it seemed better than what I've done before with people joining my lists. Since I've done it 200 clicks before, and only 4 people signed up. So, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, you have to get your marketing in place. You have to get a good opt-in that's congruent, and you have to get a good email that goes out to that list that's congruent. Like, yeah. So, so you won the clicks, and I assume these are all BizOp clicks.
Yep. Yeah. It's with another affiliate program that is out there called OLFC, and then it's one of the guys there that has a really good response list, which I thought was good enough, I guess, for free clicks.
Yeah. So so those clicks already got sent.
Yeah, they're sent, and then I think 130 of those 200 clicks were on mobile. So
and you said how many opted in?
8 team members, people that actually join the join the school group, but no one's actually bought anything else from that because I checked my other stats and my other things and no one's bought anything. But that's typical for this right now. The guy was saying that most people will opt into the school group, and from there, hopefully, because they're cookie to me, that they'll eventually buy something. But most of the programs, people who are in the business like this have already opted into it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude. The problem is you're just dealing with a bunch of bottom feeders, man.
Yep.
You're dealing with a bunch of people that just get pitched affiliate offers all day, every day by everybody. Like it is, you're not fishing in a clean pond. You're like, and so you're like all the like a high percentage of those people should be opting in, and people absolutely should be buying your stuff if things are in alignment. And the problem is it's like, yeah, you just don't have a real business set up. Like you want people to be opting into your list for the value that you're giving them, and then sell them something that's valuable to them to help move them forward in their life in whatever it is that they're looking for. But just like doing the affiliate marketing, like hodgepodge biz op, like shuffle, like it's just going to kill you. There's nothing there, you know. Not at that level. It's just it's too bottom feeder. Like you're gonna do all the right actions, but you're not gonna make any money because there's nothing meaningful in there. Right. So so I want to get you focused on what's next for you, Curtis. So what is next for you?
Well, I do like the camping niche and the cooking part of that. So I'm maybe thinking like maybe going that direction. Because I like to cook. I like camping. I enjoy cooking outside. I do a pretty good job most of the time when I go camping. I end up cooking for people and have most of the tools to cook outside, I think. So I think something like that might be a direction that I'm thinking of. Because it's two things I do like, and maybe combining the two things I enjoy doing anyway, and then just showing people how to do it maybe. Like doing videos like, hey, this is I'm doing this today in the backyard, do maybe some barbecue thing, and actually go on a camping trip, say, hey, going camping with my kids, this is what we're doing this week, you know.
Yeah, dude. So go join like 100 Facebook groups and sign up to 100 YouTube channels. Like really inundate your stuff with, like, get on TikTok, get on Twitter or X, whatever, get on Instagram and follow everybody. Find out who the big players are. Really pay close, like dive in there, become part of the market and niche so you can really see what people are creating that's cool, what people are responding to, what people are selling, right? Like really go after it. And I would encourage you to like start a YouTube channel and publish a video every day for the next 7 days. You know, even if the first one is, hey, I'm Curtis. This is Camping with Curtis, and we're going to do a pretty sweet YouTube channel here about how to do also, you know, about camping skills. You know, camping skills and gadgets, or whatever, however you're going to word it, right? But I would definitely encourage you to sign up to all the sign up to all the podcasts, all the YouTubes, all the TikToks, like everything everywhere. Really get your head in it and start creating content immediately, right? Step one. So the other thing that I see coming up that I want to bring up with you, because I think it's screwing you up, is so earlier, before we went live, I was like, dude, how's the link to your website? And your website's still down, right? And obviously there are reasons for that, right? But the issue is that you absolutely must have a website that's up and running and is easy to capture leads right now in your market, in your niche, whatever it is.
Right.
And if it's not working, start over.
Okay.
Like if you can't get customer support to help you get something fixed, start over. But or fix it. Like spend hours every day until it's fixed. Right. But don't let another day go by where you're like, oh, I can't say a simple URL to get people to opt into my email list. Like that's not working for you. Right. That all the content that you're creating every day should be driving people to that URL so that people are joining your list every single day, right? Like that is key. You don't have an opt-in page, nothing else matters, right? Like you're not building your list. What do you got?
Nothing.
Not a whole lot, right? I mean, obviously it's not the only way to make money. It's not the only way to do something, but in the kind of business that we're talking about here, if you're going to be creating content, if you're going to be buying ads, one way or the other, if you're hoping to build up the asset of building your list, building your following, even if you're in the process of changing the market, changing the niche, that's still, you could say, well, curtisleong.com is my squeeze page while I'm working everything else out, you know? And so I would encourage you to definitely do that. So that you just get a squeeze page up and running that you can give out that makes sense. So that if you get a podcast conversation opportunity, or if you get you're just talking to somebody at work, or, you know, who knows? So at this point, where is your head at in terms of where are you moving? Where are you growing? One of the questions that you would pose to me for the episode today was, you know, what are the things that I can really focus on the most in order to grow the business, right? And make more money. And so I'm trying to get clear on what how you're trying to make money and what the business is like, you know, what's the, where are you at?
Currently I'm doing the Hardworking Parents podcast and newsletter. Using Beehive. And I've tried to look for products that are affiliate products that would help, but most of them are, it doesn't seem like they're congruent with what I'm thinking. So I don't know if that's maybe I should just go with whatever that's doing well on ClickBank or Digistore24, like the rankings of it, and promote that for now is my thing. Or should I create a course or have like a blueprint, which I do have. I made a blueprint using ChatGPT, and that doesn't seem to be doing anything when I send people there. It doesn't seem enticing enough to say, hey, I need to get this. The other thing I've tried was a thing called The Leap, which is part of Thinkific, which is a course creating type thing. And I've added a few things in there. They capture emails for you. They have their own email. You can build your own email list in there, and you can actually sell products on your page. So it's like a link tree idea, but it's more of a I don't know, multiple thing you can buy stuff too. So it's kind of cool in that direction. So I was playing with that before, and I enjoyed that because it was just like, hey, I can put products that I created, which I have a book, like a gratitude book I made from Canva, and I put that up there. You know, it's like $10 or something. A few people have looked at it, but nobody knows bought it. But it's part of my Instagram page that I've used. So a few people have been there looking at it.
Hold on. Let's just back up for a second.
Okay.
So you should never, ever, 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 ever just sell what's selling.
Right.
Okay. That just makes you a complete and total sellout.
Right.
You will never gain any trust, any confidence, any long-term integrity or connection or long-term business relationship with anyone if that's how you operate.
Right.
Okay. That is never the right choice.
Right.
However, looking for the products that are selling to find inspiration so that you're having some idea of what people are buying is a great idea.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't pay attention to what's selling, and I'm not even saying don't promote what's selling well. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't let that be your only criteria.
Right.
So step one, go to ClickBank. And I guess in order to even look in the marketplace now, you have to be logged in. Is that how it works now?
Yep.
Yeah. So go to ClickBank and look for training on parenting. But when you say that nothing seems congruent, like, why is that? That something seems weird about that to me.
Well, it's just something I don't think I would buy if I saw that offer.
Okay.
Like initially, so like how to make your kid go pee in 3 days, not something I would think of promoting as a dad. I felt that as like more of a mom type of product.
Right.
Yeah. And then they had a couple of books on parenting, which, yeah, that makes sense. What else was there? I can't remember what else was there. There's a couple other things I forget. I had to write down some.
Okay. So Curtis, like step one is you shouldn't ever promote something unless it's like genuinely valuable and has changed your life in a powerful and significant way.
Yep.
So step one is when you go and you look for products that are selling, is you buy them.
Yep.
Assuming they relate to you, right?
Yep.
And or your market. And then you go through them and you implement them and you have something meaningful to say about them. Right. So this is like affiliate marketing 101 stuff. It's like,
yep.
You never want to promote. You can't promote something with integrity if you haven't interacted with the company, if you haven't gone through the course, if you haven't used it in order to get a result. Like if you were gonna if you had a cooking list and you were going to sell a cookbook, like you wouldn't want to just promote a cookbook. You'd want to buy the cookbook, go make a few of the recipes, find out that they were amazing, do some video content about the recipes, and promote the cookbook in an affiliate link, right? From your awesome recipe that you just made, and everybody sees on video and wants to eat what you just made. You know, so it's not that you can't promote what sells; it's that you need to go deeper than that. And so, if there aren't products on ClickBank about parenting, well, actually, look, Curtis.
Yep.
Do you have any kind of feedback at this point from the people in your group, on your list, in your Facebook group, whatever, about what they're actually struggling with as parents? Do you know the difficulties and challenges that they're dealing with?
I actually never done a survey. I just figured they'd have similar ones that I have. So I've been just doing stuff on that to my podcast. But let's see, I have to check YouTube to see where I'm at with some of them because some of them have more views than others. And I do have a couple comments on some of the episodes I've done. So I'll have to go back and look at that first to know.
Well, why don't you go out on every platform you possibly can, starting with email, school group, and Facebook group that you own, but then go out and ask the question, Curtis, as a parent, what's the biggest challenge or problem you're struggling with right now? And I want to just give you an interesting example that surprised me. Is I had, and I'm going to keep I'm going to keep privacy to a certain degree on this, but because it's a friend and a client. So I have a friend and a client who I'm going to say I'll just say it's a weight loss list. Okay, it's a weight loss group, and we are trying to create a new funnel and a new product to re-engage this group, and what we tried so far hasn't worked that well. And so we put a post in the group that says, what's the biggest health challenge you're facing right now? Because we thought maybe it's not weight loss, or maybe it's a different topic that they're dealing. And there are a bunch of things that came up, and one was like, I was making great progress, but then I screwed it all up over the holidays, or then a stressful event happened and I fell off my diet, and now I need to start over. So that was one topic. But then another topic that came up that I was surprised by was sleep. And a whole bunch of people said that they had in this particular group, where they were having a hard time sleeping. And so a few days later, I made another post in the group, and I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a problem is sleep for you? Is poor sleep? ? And I got a flood of answers, a pile of responses. all 10s.
Wow.
All of them. And I was like, what the heck? So it turns out that this group of people that have weight issues also, like a problem that they're dealing with head on right now is sleep. And so that was completely unexpected. And so I don't know how it's all going to work out, Curtis, but I do know that we're going to do a sleep webinar, and we're going to introduce hypnosis for sleep and see what happens.
Right.
And I'm telling you this because you need to adopt, in my opinion, you need to adopt the same approach with any list, with any market that you're actually trying to resonate with, because your messaging right now isn't resonating, right? Like you would have dozens and dozens of people or more joining your list from all of your organic content every single day if what you were doing was resonating, right? And so this is going to be true in the camping stuff, prepper stuff, survival stuff, also true in the hardworking parent stuff. This is true in any market or any niche. And so step one, you need to ask more questions, and you need to figure it, and you need to have them tell you what they're struggling with right now. Now, if you go into other parenting groups and you ask the question, and what I like to do, Curtis, you've seen me do this 1,000 times, I think, but I like to use the colored backgrounds on Facebook and have a headline style post and have it be a sentence, one sentence, and it's a clear question, open-ended, opinion-based question that people can answer in the comments below.
That's right,
without being wrong. And so for parenting, I would say I would go into the top 10 Facebook groups for parenting. And I would say, as a parent, what's the biggest I would just say, what's the biggest challenge or struggle you're dealing with right now as a parent? What's the biggest challenge or struggle you're dealing with right now as a parent? Question mark.
Okay, got it.
And I wouldn't spam that in all the groups. Do different versions. Okay, but start with a couple, like one or two groups, and ask that question, right? And when you ask the question, also make sure you go back to your Facebook profile and you make sure in your about area that you're pointing back to your Facebook group for parents, so that people do follow you, that you point them back to your group, right? Indirectly. And then I would go in and I would respond with a clarifying question to everybody that comments. I would like, heart, whatever, give them an emoji to every comment, and then respond to everyone with an intelligent, like question furthering their whatever it is that they said, and some of them will respond. But if you go and you ask a question like that 10 different ways in 10 different Facebook groups, you are going to absolutely know in a couple of days what the biggest issue, top 1, 2, or 3 issues that parents on Facebook and Facebook groups are dealing with and struggling with right now. Okay, you will know that. And so a similar thing you can say is you could go into camping groups, prepper groups, survival groups, and say, like, what could you say? You could say, you could ask them what it is that they want to learn about, but I don't have a really good question off the top of my head for the camping people, because they're not necessarily facing a crisis, right? They're like interested in going out and camping and chilling out. So it's kind of like, what do they want to see? What do they want to learn? the reality is you can see all of that by watching all the YouTube channels and look at the most popular YouTube videos right now that are teaching people how to cook on a rock or build a inversion cooking system or how to,
the stove, like the stove thing they make, we call it a jet stove or something.
Yeah. Or how to, how to make your own fish hooks, or like, how to build a shelter from nothing, or, all these different types of things.
Yeah.
I'd say also be careful, because there are definitely some camping survival channels that are just like women in scantily clad outfits, like doing camping things, and it's like nobody's watching what they're doing. So be careful what you're being influenced by. Like, be influenced by wildly successful videos of middle-aged dudes doing camping skills. Like, that's who you want to emulate, right? And so if you see that there are a whole bunch of videos on how to do jet stoves or whatever, then cool, do your own jet stove video. You can.
I watch this video, look at me build it or something.
Totally.
Yeah, nice.
But you can still get in there and ask questions. You can do this in any group. You just have to get a little bit more thought. But I would encourage you to ask questions both in the parenting groups and in the camping survival prepping groups that you can find, just to see, what I'm saying is put your ear to the ground, dude. Like, start listening more. Pay more attention to what the market is actually looking for, what they actually want, and how you can actually help them, rather than you trying to come up with that yourself.
Yeah. Perfect.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a big piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. It's kind of like defining your market and understanding by researching the channel.
Yeah, but you should always be doing that, right? That's not just something you do at the beginning. It's like, it's constant. Right?
Oh, okay.
It's constant.
Does it change a little bit as time goes by, right?
It's not just about that, dude. It's yes, it does change, but it's actually showing that you're paying attention to your people and that you care about them in the long term. When you ask people how they feel about something, or you ask them what's important to them,
right,
just the act of asking someone shows them that you care about them.
Okay.
Right? And so when you do that, the people that respond to you notice, the people that are watching but not responding notice, people that, they'll notice it over time, over years, when they're on your list. So you need to be genuinely curious about how you can help these people and what they're interested in getting help with.
Right.
Instead of just, regurgitating somebody else's help or, whatever else. What other questions do you have about either what you're working on the parenting side, or what you're working on the camping side, in order to move forward?
So on the parenting side, I'm doing the podcast. I just I'm not sure what kind of questions should ask other parents to come join, because my other friend, he wants to do something else now, so he said, hey, maybe you should ask people how to come join you type thing. So do I just ask people I know first, maybe, or is it like people on Facebook that are in my group, say, hey, you guys be interested in a podcast type thing? I guess is it really that simple, just to ask that question to people in the group, say, hey, listen, would you like to be in my Sunday podcast about this topic each week, and put like a thing in there?
I would say it's not that simple.
No.
Right? So why? So you actually need to think about why they would want to be on the podcast, right? So like, to what end? Are you going to interview them, or are you going to help them become a better parent? I would focus, if I were you, you're doing a once a week show, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I've already given you this strategy, but it works really well. So if you're doing a parenting one, then again, go join all the parenting Facebook groups, become present in those groups, and then ask the people that started the groups if they'd like to appear on your podcast because you want to interview them about why they started their awesome group. Right? Or you can even do a live stream with them in their group in some cases, you know, so make them look good. So start with, if you're going to bother interviewing people for your podcast, interview some people who have an audience, right? Yep. One of the differences with the Get Shit Done show, first of all, we only had a few people at first raise their hand to potentially be co-hosts. There was more hesitation on that than I expected. I haven't pushed it too hard. We have our next co-host on Wednesday. Angel is coming in. And so I was expecting to fill the co-hosts up a lot faster, but it's good. It's fine. In your situation, well, in the Get Shit Done situation, we are specifically a group for entrepreneurs.
Yep.
So entrepreneurs, especially internet entrepreneurs, are going to be inclined to self-promotion.
Yep.
And being interviewed and interviewing and all these types of things.
Right.
Whereas your average person, your average parent group is going to be scared shitless about getting on camera. Right. And so on the other hand, if someone created a really good product. So dude, another place that you can go is you can go to a place like Udemy, right? And look for parenting products, even though they might not have a good affiliate program. But if you go to Gumroad is another platform for products. And you can go and look for people who've created parenting products who have something to sell that you could interview.
Okay.
Right? Again, even if they don't have an affiliate program set up, right now you're just trying to get the ball rolling to interview some people that have something smart to say about parenting.
Yep.
Right? Hopefully, people that have a little bit more reach and influence than you do.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would ask is like, it's important, though, that you decide, are you going to stay focused on the parenting thing, or are you going to double down on the camping thing? Because it's going to be hard to do them both at the same time. Yeah. And I know that you've shifted your focus around a few different times.
Yeah.
So just shifting focus again isn't necessarily the best idea. So how does that all feel to you? What do you think you want to do?
I'm going to stay with the parenting thing for now. I'm going to give you the idea about the survival thing, but I'm going to wait till May long weekend is usually my camping period. I'll probably switch over then and maybe include the parents as a camping type of thing. Because parents go camping with their kids all the time, right? So maybe then I'll just switch to the camping thing and involve my parenting group, and then have it as a side, another aspect of the parenting group stuff.
If you're shifting to parents instead of just dads, anyway, which is, you've been kind of in that process for a while now.
Yeah,
I would focus on interviewing more women.
Yep.
Because I think generally speaking, women are more interested in parenting than men. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. I guess the women say unfortunately. I'm glad the women are more, but generally speaking, women seem to care more about parenting than men do, right? As a stereotype, right? As a generalization. Also, generally speaking, people prefer watching women on video more than men. That's also true, right? So if you were to interview authors, speakers, podcast hosts, people that own Facebook groups, people that own TikTok channels, like all the things, ask them if they'd like to be interviewed for your show. Just say, hey, I have a new parenting podcast called Hardworking Parents, and I read your book. I think it's great, and I would love to interview you.
Okay.
Ask and be willing to not hear back and be willing to be rejected.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Ask.
Yep.
But I would focus on, if you're in a bunch of parenting Facebook groups, be more present, ask more questions, create more content, be more valuable, find out what they want, and interview the owners.
Right.
Like, that's a great way to start.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, don't in any way limit yourself to like Digistore 24 and ClickBank for people who are creating parenting products.
Right.
Right. That's very limited.
Yeah.
There are also a few other platforms that are out there that are similar to School that were not created by direct response marketers.
Right.
One is called Circle.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And one is called Mighty Networks. And I feel like both of them probably are a little bit softer in their overall approach, and they probably attract a less marketing-oriented type entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think the Mighty Network sounds familiar. I think it's one of the Russell Brunson's thing he did before.
No, Mighty Networks is not Russell Brunson.
No. I think he was promoting it at one point or something.
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah, he was talking about it or something.
It's possible. Yeah, so I would go and see if there are communities over there of parents. I suspect there probably are. But the point is, expand out to find influential people creating cool products. And, I'm sure there, I would also even go into like the Nothing Held Back joint venture group, right? And be like, hey, everybody, does anyone have is anyone a product creator for parents and that would be interested in being interviewed on my podcast? So so you can either ask open-ended or you can just reach out to people one-on-one. But I would recommend listen to more podcasts about parenting every day. Watch more videos about parenting. Read more books about parenting. Like, get on it so that you know who's doing cool shit in the parenting world. Like, realistically, if parenting's your niche, you should be able to like name the top 10 parenting authors right now.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, but like I want you to know your niche. I want you to know your market at a deep level, right?
Okay.
That'll make a huge difference. How long's your drive to work?
Half an hour, 20 minutes, depends.
Listen to parenting podcasts.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah,
I usually listen to books anyway. So
right.
Perfect.
Cool.
Easy enough.
So yeah, whether it's camping or parenting, dude, it sounds to me like you need more immersion so you really know, like, can get your finger on the pulse of what folks are looking for. So ask more questions in these groups about what they're struggling with, and then if you can help provide answers for them. And if you can't, don't. But like, notice the patterns, notice the hot topics that seem to be in everyone's mind right now.
Right.
That's your assignment for next week, is to go in and post at least one question, like one of these question posts in in like 10 parenting groups, and read all the responses, write them down if you need to, and tally the votes. I mean, do that, but like, do your best to come up with the top 1, 2, or 3 biggest challenges, problems that people that parents are dealing with right now that they're willing to share with you. Also,
and then you want me to see what kind of responses I get and like monitor that. So let's say I ask a question in one group, I got 40 people answering. That's pretty good, right? For example.
Well, I mean, the more feedback you get, the more knowledge you'll get.
Right.
This is about you learning, getting your finger on the pulse of what's going on. It's not about whether it's good or not. It's just about you learning what people are looking for. Hopefully a few of your posts will get a bunch of responses. It might be ghost town everywhere. Who knows?
Right.
And then we could look at your posts and actually see what you wrote, and then maybe improve it for next week. Or you could bring back, oh, well, I saw these responses, but look at this weird thing. What do you think this means? So let's continue the conversation as you explore the process, right? Really dig in there and find out what the parents in the parenting groups are looking for help with.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, but by asking them what they're struggling with, what they're challenged by as parents right now.
Okay.
Not, hey, I'm a marketer. What do you guys want to buy from me? No, that's not the right question. That's not the right question, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Perfect.
Does that give you clear place to go?
Yeah, I think you're right. Sometimes you just sort of like try to do things a little bit, but like you're more immersed, then you know more about the product, or not necessarily product, but what's happening with people and what maybe their needs and what they want from what they're looking for. And sometimes by not like looking more into like the podcast, reading books and stuff, you'll find out other like you might find solutions for people. So people like, ask the question, might say, "Oh, I'm having this," or "Have you thought about this, that, other things?" Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Maybe and have a better conversation. And then maybe say, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast on that topic this week. Would you like to join me?" And I say, "Yeah, it sounds great," because they might be into it, right?
Yeah.
So like more like a friendly approach to getting to know people through the groups, and then inviting them out after the fact if they're interested, obviously.
Right.
Not everybody, like you said earlier, not everybody's into being on video or
Most
whatever.
people
Right?
aren't, Curtis. Most people resist it with all their heart.
Well, the podcast you just do the audio, right? So it's different.
Yeah, but still, people don't want to look dumb. The issue is people
Right.
don't want to look stupid, and if they don't have practice getting on camera or recording themselves, they feel like they're going to look dumb, and so then they don't do it because they want to avoid looking stupid, right?
Right. Yeah.
But content creators are used to getting on camera and looking dumb. And I mean, they want to get better at it, and they want to be out there, and so I would start there. Find out where their struggles are, and then we'll ask them what their questions are. And the other place you can go to get questions about parenting, dude, is go to Reddit.
Reddit, yep.
Go to Reddit and look for threads about parenting. There's probably a crap load of parenting questions that you could use to draw topics from.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll look into that.
Cool, man. Rock and roll. Well, guys, if you want to follow Curtis, in the comments in the description in the PS, there's a link to his Hardworking Parents Club group. So you should go and join that and check that out. If you're a parent and you want to become a better parent, go check that out. Curtis, do you want to say anything about your group?
Yeah, I've invited a bunch of people out recently, and they've all come join, and they seem to enjoy what's in there so far. Haven't had any crazy conversations yet, but I'm always interested. So come check it out. Hardworking Parents Club on Facebook.
Awesome.
There too.
Rock and roll. And if you're not already a member of Get Shit Done, our productivity community for entrepreneurs, please go to getshitdone.com. Join us there. You're going to love it. We have a work party coming up tomorrow at noon Eastern. We would love to see you on it. If you have some shit you want to get done, that's the place to do it. So rock and roll, Curtis. Well, thank you for a fantastic episode. And
thank you for helping.
And we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care.
Beautiful. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. All right, dude.